Hello, shwmai a chroeso I St Fagans. Welcome to St Fagans Museum of Welsh History. Established in 1947, this museum is an outdoor museum of buildings from all over Wales, dismantled and built here brick by brick, as we say. This is the main reception building, designed by Percy Thomas, a modernist building, but we've got plenty of historic buildings inside, some of which go back about 2,000 years. I'm going to be your guide for the day, so let's go. This is Kennixton Farmhouse, originally built in 1610 in the Gower Peninsula, just west of Swansea. Now, the Rogers family had it probably from the 18th century onwards. They bought it in the 19th century after making an absolute fortune during the Napoleonic Wars. Now, by 1950s, they decided they wanted a more modern farmhouse, so they donated this to the museum, and we brought it here brick by brick. Now, if you want to see evidence of this brick by brickness, you can have a look in one of the cow sheds, and a lot of the bricks are numbered. Now, the red colour of the building is meant to ward off evil spirits, but I reckon, you know, this red colour's pretty expensive, and it's a signal to their neighbours that they're pretty fancy. Like the 17th century equivalent of maybe parking a Ferrari in your drive. So we're upstairs in the bedrooms at Kennixton, and as well as these wonderful four-poster beds and a lot of the furnishings here, what I really like about this house is the inside of the thatch. We've got these brilliant sort of knotted mats, and they're pretty rare as a design. We've seen them in the Gower, we've seen them in Carmarthenshire, and we've also seen them on the Orkney Islands and nowhere else. I reckon this is another way the inhabitants of Kennixton like to show how fancy they were. So this is Ysgol Meistr from Lampeter, or just outside Lampeter, the Falcondale estate. It was built for employees of the Falcondale estate, the kitchen staff, the gardeners, the servants, and their children would come here. It was built in 1880, but it closed in 1916. So it's probably been here in St Fagans longer than it was actually a school. School parties often come here to experience Victorian-style teaching. Now, inside the doors, the kids can learn about the brutality of the cane and how children were punished for being naughty, and also punished for speaking Welsh, their native language. Lessons were always done in English, and if you were caught speaking Welsh, you would be made to wear the Welsh knot. If you were wearing the Welsh knot at the end of the day, you would be caned in front of the rest of the class. So here's the Welsh knot I mentioned. This innocuous looking thing was used to stop children from speaking their own language. And this is the cane. As well as wandering around the historic buildings, you can bring a picnic, sit around, have a lovely day with your family, or so you can go shopping in Gwalia stores behind me. Now, Gwalia stores, originally from the Ogmore Vale, it made a fortune for the Lewis family who owned it. And, you know, they were the first family in the valley to actually own a motor car. It's shown as it would have looked like in the 1920s, and you can still get in there and buy some lovely souvenirs. This is Oakdale Workmen's Institute from a place called Oakdale, and it was built by subscription by miners. They'd pay a penny of their wages every week and they'd become members of the Workmen's Institute. And it has a library, it has a reading room, it has a concert room where they would have concerts and lectures, and a committee room, of course, because no Welsh place is complete without a committee room. But this becomes the model for the National Health Service, because as well as institutes like this, the miners would build hospitals. And Amgueddfa from this area based the ideas for the National Health Service on the subscription that the miners paid for places like Oakdale Workmen's Institute. So no visit to St Fagans is complete without a visit to our latest building, the Vulcan pub. Now, this pub used to be opposite the university where I was a lecturer. And when I started working here, I thought, blimey, that pub is following me around. Iechyd da. Oh, it's good too. This is Farmhouse. It's one of only 2 buildings at the museum which is in its original location. Now, was built around 1800, although shown as it would have looked around 1918 after the First World War. We acquired the farmhouse in 1980, I believe, and we use it not only as a way of demonstrating how farm life would have been 100 years ago, but also we use it as a real farm. We keep cattle, we keep pigs, we keep chickens and geese. Hey, why don't you come inside? We can have a lovely farmhouse tea. I love this kitchen. I come from farming stock, and my great uncle actually used to rent his farmhouse from the Plymouth estate. And this kitchen actually takes me right back to my childhood. Isn't it wonderful? One of the things I really love about St Fagans is not only is it one of the finest tourist attractions in Wales, in the UK, when I tell people, local people, that I work here, they smile and they say, you're so lucky to be able to work there. And I do feel very privileged to come here every morning to do my job and show people around and tell people about it. It's great. This is gweithdy, literally meaning workshop, and it's a gallery where we showcase things that are made in Wales throughout the ages, going from some sort of prehistoric stones right through to blankets and woodworkers and weavers. All sorts of stuff are in here. Lots of school groups come in here to build things, make things, get ideas about things, and have a look at how things were made in Wales throughout the ages. So this is St Teilo's church, comes from a place called Pontarddulais in Carmarthenshire. It's a 12th century rural church that would have served the local community. It was deconsecrated in the 1970s and fell into massive disrepair. However, in this disrepair, when it was being used as a place for people to go and drink, take drugs, have parties, things were discovered about it, and come and have a look at it. Check this place out. So Henry VIII decides he wants a divorce, and he falls out with the Pope because the Pope won't grant him this. So Henry decides that he is going to become the head of the church in England and Wales. So here we go. All these pictures have to be covered up, and they're covered up for about 500 years. Gradually, the plaster started falling off the walls to reveal these amazing frescoes on the wall. And what I love about this place, it gives you an idea of what it might have been to walk into a church in Wales in the late Middle Ages, and reminds us that we were once a Catholic country. Of course, you know, Ireland's a Catholic country, but St Patrick was a Welshman. Now, one of the brilliant things about St Fagans is we've got a cockpit, we've got a pub, we've got a row of miners' houses, we've got all sorts of things, but we've also got stuff like this. Behold St Fagans Castle, Castell St Fagan. It's not really a castle though, is it? It's an Elizabethan mansion, which was donated by the Earls of Plymouth to us to, well, they were avoiding death duties, but we get the grounds and we can establish a museum. In 1947, the Welsh Folk Museum, Amgueddfa, Werin, Cymru, or as it's now known, the Museum of Welsh History, that's it. It tells a very, very diverse story about the people of Wales, about industrial Wales, about rural Wales, about the nobility of Wales in a lot of ways. And St Fagans has something for everyone. The beautiful gardens outside the mansion house here. There is fantastic wildlife here. And during the summer months, I-eared bat tours here. We'll find soprano pipistrelles, we'll find long-eared brown bats, we'll find the incredibly rare horseshoe bat as well, and plenty of other visiting bats come here. And we'll go over the lakes to see where they feed at night. Well, dyma ni ar ben yn taith. I hope you've enjoyed our virtual tour of the Museum of Welsh History here at St Fagans. Remember, this is only one of 7 sites across Wales where we like to show the history and the culture of our nation, a nation that is full of history. St Fagans is a really special place, not only to us who work here, not only to the visitors that come here from all over the world, but to local people who use it as a place they feel that they belong here. Perthyn is really, really important to us here. And hey, what better way to spend a few hours than coming here and, well, just having a look, having a feel for the place. So diolch yn fawr iawn I chi. Thanks ever so much. A croeso I chi bob tro dewch chi.